Hey guys, welcome back to the Kool-Aid Podcast. Welcome back to Season 2, Episode 107. On today's episode, we're going to be previewing the Getafe versus Barcelona game. Now, as always, guys, remember I post a link on Twitter at Kool-Aid Podcast 10. If any of you guys want to join and basically discuss with us, always feel free to welcome. Just click on the link and you'll be able to join. As always, let me introduce my co-host for today, Alex.
Hey guys, how's it going?
All right, Alex. Getafe away. After that flat performance against what was it? Who do we play?
Girona.
Girona, yeah. And after that flat performance against Girona, this is a perfect opportunity to just bounce back. We're in the final stretch. There's 10 games remaining, so we win these next couple of games, and we're La Liga champions. We don't, and we make it extremely difficult for ourselves, and we might even bottle the league. Do I think that's going to happen? Absolutely not. But you have to be super careful. Now, sharing my screen, this is the La Liga table. As you can see right now, Barcelona have 72 points. We do have a game. What's it called? A game in hand,
Yeah.
and that would become basically, well, what would it be? There's 10 points, 13 points again, 13 points.
Yeah.
Since that drop from Real Madrid, I could see Getafe are 16th. They aren't doing that well. You know, they're hovering over that relegation zone. They're battling it out. Those clubs down there, bro. Look at Sevilla right there, bro. Only a couple points ahead of the relegation zone. But anyway,
Yeah.
looking at this match, we're going to be going away from home. I think the main focus is to say let's get the job done. Let's go out there because we can't be complacent. The La Liga title hasn't been won just yet. We can't go into the Getafe game thinking like, oh, hey, this is going to be an easy game or anything like that. No, let's be professional. Let's go out there and basically get the job done. And this is the predicted lineup that was reporting in the Spanish media. But Alex, what are your thoughts on the game tomorrow? On the lineup, what do you think?
Right. So I think you're pretty spot on with everything you said. Tomorrow's a high stakes game, whether we see it or not. Just because we don't see a 3 point gap or a 1 point gap with Madrid doesn't mean they're not close. 10 points isn't a huge difference. I mean, we can see that now in the Prem. For instance, Manchester City are now 3 points away from Arsenal, and I believe they were in the teens, right in the point difference. So, and a few weeks ago. So again, it doesn't really matter how many points we have. It just matters that we keep winning the gap, and like you said, we secure the league. So with that being said, I understand we had our little setback with Girona at home. We should have won.
Yeah,
But at least we were able to still get a one point and keep the gap widening. So
yeah,
again, tomorrow is not gonna be an easy game just because they are a relegation facing team. They are gonna go at least for the tie, and they're gonna be very hard to knock down.
hmm
Defensively, they're gonna be very stubborn. They're gonna be a team that is gonna probably defend with 5 or 6 players at the back at some point, maybe more. So again, it's not gonna be an easy team to play against tomorrow. But again, we have to go with the desire to win, and if we do really want the league, we have to win tomorrow.
yeah,
And
exactly.
just
hmm
and again, this isn't the hardest team to play against either, so there's no reason we shouldn't be winning, considering how good of a season Barca has had. So yeah, we'll have to see how it goes. I have a good feeling about tomorrow's game, and looking at the predicted starting 11. I think that 11 is more than capable of winning tomorrow. I know we're still missing very important players like Christensen, De Jong, Pedri, Dembele, and I understand that, but again, we have no more excuses. Yes, it's a very crappy situation that um, we haven't had our full team at its full strength for a while,
hmm
but we've shown that we can win without them, and we,
But
we
we
see.
are close to getting the key players back.
Well, of course, but I'm saying like it's at a point in the season that whether they're close or not, it's still the team's job to finish the season and to close things up. So,
Yeah,
and we've seen that Barca can play without their key figures. Maybe not to their best potential, but they can still play. Like we saw this with Rafinha stepping up midway through the season into the later half of the season with
yeah, key
Dembele.
goals.
And yes, as of late, maybe he hasn't had the brightest moments, but again, he's done phenomenally stepping in and getting the job done. Same with Frank Kessie. He's a player that goes under the radar a lot, I think. When he's been needed, he's performed. And we certainly saw this in the 2-1 victory against Real Madrid a few weeks ago as well. But yeah, it's just a
Hmm.
matter of having the hunger to win. I think
Yeah.
yes, it's great to have your most skillful players, your best players on the pitch, but if you want it, then you're gonna win no matter what, right? So
Hmm.
again, you're looking at this team, especially on defense. We see some weaknesses. Personally, I wouldn't opt for Jordi Alba in tomorrow's game,
I would actually go for Balde, but I think what Xavi's thinking is just
right?
saying like,
To
hey,
yeah,
uh,
maybe rest him,
yeah, no, not only that, it's just that Jordi Alba, his crossing is a lot better than Balde's, so
right?
possibly those crosses into the box,
It could be.
um, it could be very useful for a team that's going to be defending like very deep.
The,
And as
the, yeah, no, go ahead, go ahead.
no, and as you said, Getafe they are battling relegation, so they're going to be in desperate need of points. This is not going to be an easy game whatsoever, and Barcelona are going to have to go out there and go at a very high intensity and just get the job done. And some good news is that there are apparently it was Pedri and Frankie De Jong who, if Barcelona desperately needed, um, they were going to be available for this match. But Xavi was thinking, you know what? Let me just take no risks with them, and we'll save them for next week for that big game against Atletico Madrid. So
Hmm.
Frankie De Jong and Pedri should be back for that game. However, Christensen and Ousmane Dembele they are a doubt. We don't know, but obviously we want to take no risks with them.
Right.
But Alex, before we round off, I want to basically discuss this real quick. Um, so what do you think of Gavi's contract situation? You know, there's like tons of rumors of him like leaving the club. Um, and Xavi came out in the press conference today saying like he basically like dismissed the transfer rumors. Um, and saying like, hey, he's not going to be leaving the club. He's a Barcelona player through and through. And there's no way he leaves. And Gavi like shows that same character. Well, what do you think?
Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't give it too much attention either because
No.
we're talking about a guy who came up through the ranks, who's been with the club since he was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Someone who really is a culé and someone who does give his all for the team. We see this every match. Him, doing those crazy diving
Yeah, those
headers,
crazy. Yeah.
block the balls, and he's just someone that I think has so much love for the team. Sorry about that, and for his
Nah,
fellow
no
players
worries.
that it makes you think there's no chance he'll leave the club, and I stand by that. I don't think he'll be leaving anytime soon. I think he's definitely gonna be a player that we're gonna see at the club for many more years to come, and for sure, it's again when you come through La Masia like that, it's hard to leave the team
Mm-hmm.
unless you're asked to, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
I definitely see him as a long term project for the club.
Definitely, definitely. All right. Score predictions. And yes.
And the
How do you
goals,
think?
yeah, I'll give you for. I think the goals are gonna come from Rafinha and Lewandowski,
Okay.
and I'm seeing a 2-0 victory.
2-0. I'm going for the exact same scoreline. I'm going for
Mm,
the exact same scoreline. Hopefully, we do come here tomorrow with a very positive energy, saying like, "Hey, we've widened the gap back to 13 points. We got back to 13 points, and we basically secured the victory." But guys, that was it for tonight's episode. As always, I post a link on Twitter if you guys want to join. Also, feel free and welcome to. We are going to give our reaction tomorrow post game. To tune in for that. But as always, guys, like, subscribe, and comment, and we'll see you guys all in the next episode. Peace out, guys.